what's up, Steelers Nation? What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing today? I had to get back on here. I myself, and I know a large chunk of Steelers Nation, owes Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson a huge apology. The amount of guts, nah, fuck that. The balls that it took for Mike Tomlin to look at a team that's 4-2 and that won their last game and say, "I'm going to make a switch at quarterback," takes a lot of balls. I still am. I'm still a big Justin Fields guy. I personally would have kept starting him. I was really against the quarterback switch. It was a big thing online. One of the Steelers insiders came out right before the game and said that the locker room was divided on Mike Tomlin's decision to start Russ. A lot of people still wanted to have Justin Fields go out there and take the snaps, and Mike Tomlin said, "This is on me." This is before the game. He said, if it fails, he's going to wear that, but in his mind, in his heart, he honestly felt that Russ is going to give us our best chance to not only win games but to be able to advance in the playoffs and potentially go looking for the Super Bowl. This game, whether you watch the game, whether you just watch the highlights, whether you just looked at the numbers on paper, there was very, very little on any part of this game that was disappointing. Offense played great, defense played great, special teams, everybody came to play. Even during the slow start, there was a few boo birds out there in the first quarter. Some of those balls were going into the dirt. Offense wasn't moving. There were some boo birds, and the Steelers just stayed the course. They didn't panic, and obviously it worked out really well for us. And I don't know, man. Russ, just the way he commanded the offense, the throws he was making, even though all his throws weren't perfect, he had a couple deep balls that were a little underthrown. George Pickens made a hell of a catch multiple times through this game, and it was just great to see. It was great to see as a Steelers fan, man. This is the most complete game I've seen us play in a long time when it comes to offense, defense, and special teams. Block kick, should have been two block kicks. What more can you say? And I wanted to point out with Russ here, it's just a class act, man. Whether you like him, whether you think he's corny, whatever your thoughts are about him, the dude is a class act. And after the game, he shouted out Justin Fields. He says, "We're capable a lot together, and the biggest thing is that we left a lot on the table. There's a lot more to go and get." And I think we know that, and we believe that, and we're just going to keep getting better. I also want to give credit to Justin, man. He got us in this position. What a great player he is. Just this whole team. I really love it. I really love being here. When Russ first came available coming out of Seattle, I of course wanted him. I knew we couldn't afford him. It just wasn't going to happen. But through all the trials and the turmoil here, he's on the Steelers. He looks to be our quarterback to be able to help us contend this year. Justin gets a chance to sit and learn behind a veteran quarterback who has had a lot of success in this league and has been in this league for several years. So it was just great to see, man. Pat Fryermuth looked good out there. Najee looked really good out there. Jalen Warren's getting back up to speed. Having I lost his name. Highsmith. Having Alex Highsmith back in the lineup, not only putting pressure on the QB but also helping to stop the run, setting the edge. Deshaun Elliott continuing to be one of our best signings. Patrick Queen's coming on really good. Peyton Willis has been coming on really good. Joey Porter Jr. is solid. Very good cornerback and very, very good cornerback. Dante Jackson got hurt. We saw James Pierre step in and play pretty good, especially against these really good receivers that the Jets had on their side of the field, man. Cameron Hayward continues to play really good. Ogunjobi's playing good. Benton's really playing good. TJ Watt is the best player in the NFL, man. And our line held up pretty good. We had a new starter at center. Mason McCormick, our fourth round rookie out of South Dakota State at right guard, looks to be a very, very good draft pick, especially for being the fourth round. I think he looked really, really good. Broderick Jones is still a little bit up and down, but he's playing out of position. I'm not going to go too hard on him. Dan Moore, the guy we've been trying to kick out of town for 2 years now, has been solid. One of the only starters that's been there all season for us. Might be the only starter that's been there all season because Sayamalu came back late. Zach Frazier got hurt. James Daniels is hurt for the year. And then, Fonatanu, he got hurt. Dan Moore is literally our only starting lineman that's been there all season. So, it's crazy, man. Like I said, I was in shock. After the game ended yesterday, I was honestly in shock about how good our team looked out there. And, this is big. Like, look at the reaction that Danny Smith is getting.
Mortal enemy of chewing gum. I've never seen a special teams wall.
The love that this man is getting after that blocked field goal.
And Danny Smith is a mortal enemy of chewing gum. I've never seen anybody that could stick.
It's the excitement, the passion that we saw coming off the sideline, we saw in the crowd. Just being able to just take over the game, just truly, truly, truly impressive. And then we can't forget about this guy here, man. Beanie Bishop, 6 tackles, a tackle for loss, 2 interceptions, and a 41-yard return. Or he got tackled at the 1-yard line. I was saying earlier in the season, Beanie Bishop, he's an undrafted rookie. First undrafted rookie to have 2 picks since, I don't know, I forget, it's like the 60s or the 70s or something. Some type of crazy stat. That first interception that he got for us really helped change the game because the Jets were driving. That completely stopped their momentum, got us the ball, and we scored a touchdown. And, we scored 31 unanswered points yesterday. It's just us Steelers fans, we live for stuff like this. As a Steelers fan, a lot of times we're used to waiting until the buzzer sounds, or that's basketball. We're waiting until the clock hits all zeros before we can kind of have a little bit of a sigh of relief. But this game, I think even last game, it's like we took control and we just never looked back. Defense is playing out of this world. If the offense can average 25, 30 points a game, man, this is a scary, scary team that not a lot of people are going to want to deal with when it starts to get cold. If you got a good defense, if our running game keeps going like it was yesterday, Najee having another big game, getting in the end zone again. Najee's attitude is infectious. If we keep along that path, man, we are going to be a tough out, and we're going to be a scary team for anybody in the AFC, any team in the AFC. So I'm not going to make this video too long. I just did one of these yesterday, but I had to get back on here today and just shout out the boys and let them know that they did a hell of a job. And Jersey Jerry from the Still Here podcast, I was watching their episode. I watched them before the game. I watched them after. He was harping for Russ for a while. He said that he's excited to see Russ get in there, and if it didn't work out, he would be the first one to come up and say that he was wrong. But if it does work out, he's going to be talking a lot of shit. And I've seen a bunch of clips of this guy talking his shit after Russ balled out. And he had a T-shirt already made that said "Sussy for Russie," which is wild. But shout out Jersey Jerry. They have an excellent podcast, the Still Here podcast. They're very popular, so I'm sure if you're seeing mine, you probably already know about them. So, like I said, I'm going to get out of here. I just had to get back in and shout out the boys, and here we go, Steelers. Let's take care of these Giants next week. I'll be back with another Watchcast before the game. Do a little preview of our matchup, and let's get it.